Hey, what's going on everybody? Echo here. Today, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be doing a rebuttal, if you want to call it that. It's going to be more of a rebuttal towards something that Someordinarygamers said. Now, what I'm about to say isn't in any way, shape, or form any hate towards him. If anything, quite the opposite. I love this dude. I watch his videos since I think 2015. So I've been watching him for a long time. I agree on about 99% of the things he says and really enjoy his creepypastas, which he should really bring back his haunted gaming. Just saying. It's what got me liking creepypastas. Anyways, that being said, he did make a video called Why There Can't Be Another Video Game Crash. I feel very differently about this subject than him, however. There can be another crash. It's not impossible. It is possible. Anything's possible, and I know you know that, Mudahar. But it's actually closer than you think. You mentioned the crash of 83. You told people what it was, basically. It was an oversaturation of just bad games. Games that were rushed, games that would have normally took a year or 6 months were being pushed out in weeks. And we're kind of seeing that again. There was a big boom in 1982, where it was the peak of its game, where competitive gaming started and just the overall feel of that. It became a big thing in 1982. But in 83, in 1 year, it changed. And we are going to see a change. Now, it's probably not going to be to the extent of 1983, but this is what I think is going to happen. And hopefully you'll follow me along this little journey. So right now in the gaming market, there is not just an oversaturation. You said there is less consoles, but not really. We have handheld versions of games. We have PC versions of games, Xbox versions of games, PlayStation version of games. We have a lot of different versions of games. Yes, it's becoming oversaturated. It is. It's not just PlayStation and Xbox. You have to also think of the mobile market and what they even have to offer. There is an oversaturation. And with the game content that's been coming out lately, for example, I've done a first impressions recently on Friday the 13th. I thought this game was still in its early access stages. I did not know this game was released, and I normally don't cover first impressions on games that have already released because I like to give my feedback. But the fact that that game was shipped in the condition that it was shipped in is just horrifying to see that happen. What's next? Is it going to happen with Ark? Is it going to happen with any other big name game company? Is it? I think there is going to be this change. And I kind of been seeing it for a while. We either going to see two kinds of games ever going to be really releasing pretty soon. And that is the free-to-play with multiple microtransactions, or we're going to see less games come out. And the people like Scott Cawthons and whatever guy made Undertale, they weren't known. They didn't really advertise their thing. They just put out good games of passion. I think that we're going to see a lot less games that are going to be games of passion. World of Warcraft was only originally made with 60 people in mind, but they had a straight goal and they had a passion behind it. However, game companies have publishers. They get the final say. And we've seen what happens when our sponsors start to leave. You can see it in the YouTube community. I don't do this for a living. I do this primarily to promote my Twitch and because I really like doing YouTube. But when now that everything's becoming monetized, people are getting scared and running off and they don't know what to do. The same thing can happen in the gaming market. The same exact thing. And what do you see now on YouTube? A flood of top 10s and news articles, gaming articles. That's the closest thing I ever really see much to gaming anymore because everything's becoming monetized because of all the sponsors or publishers bailing off and don't want to support certain content unless it can make them money. A lot of views, a lot of money. You get the gist of it. I think publishers will start pulling out once they see how angry gamers are getting at all these microtransactions, DLCs, making them less wanting to help out companies. So we're either going to see a big boom of just game companies that's been in the game for a long time and can afford to make these games on their own, or we're going to get a bunch of free-to-play games. Free-to-play games is what people they want for some reason. I've never really been one to see the appeal in free-to-play games. Certain ones are alright, League of Legends. We're going to see a lot of these mobile-type free-to-play games, things that are going to force you to do microtransactions or for them to pay for their game because they don't have a publisher backing them up with the funds or the advertisement side of it. If they pull out, a lot of games are going to drop no matter what. It's just we got to see, is it going to be that big of a drop? I can guarantee it within 5 years, we're going to see mostly free-to-play games with a lot of microtransactions. We're going to see a bunch of big name companies that can afford their own publishers, but they won't be putting the microtransaction in there because they won't need to because of the publishers. And then we're going to just see those few indie developers that are games of passion. But we're going to see a reduction. There's not going to be a lot of games that are going to be great quality without a good publisher. So we're going to see a big difference in games in the future. We're going to see probably even less graphical games. If anything, we're going to be going in sort of reverse. But that's just my assumption. If you think about it, publishers make a big deal in the gaming market. If they pull out, it's sort of a crash on its own. It will change the game until we hopefully get another Nintendo to save us once again. Not saying the Switch is, the number one thing. I want to own one, but I digress. I wish I could own one. Anyways, I meant the company itself brought back gaming back in 1987, I believe. But it's them that changed the name of gaming once again and put a seal of approval, if you will. That's my little rebuttal. Hopefully you enjoy the video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, if you want to see more content. Make sure to hit that bell so you don't miss the next time a video goes live. I'm Echo. In the name of Mudahar, I am out.